Eager to search in and throughout its ways, the sacred wood whose thick and leafy tent spread in my sight tempered the new sun's rays. I made no pause, but left the cliff and went into lingering steps across the level leaves where all the soil breathed out a fragrant scent, a delicate air that no inconsistencies knows in its motion on my forehead played with force no greater than a gentle breeze, and quivering at its touch, the branches swayed all toward that quarter where the holy hill with the first daylight stretches out into its shade. Yet ne'er swayed from the upright so, but still the little birds, the topmost twigs among, spared no to practice all their tiny skill. Rather they welcomed with rejoicing song the dawn wind to the leaves, which constantly to their sweet chant the burden bore along. So, in Chiaze's pine wood by the sea, from bough to bough the gathering murmurs swell when Aeolus has set Scirocco free. Now, when my footsteps, slowly as they fell so far from the ancient wood, were set that where I first come in I could not tell. Lo, they were halted by a rivulet, which ran from right to left, its ripples small bending the grasses on the edge of it. And whatso waters over here we call clearest were cloudy by comparison with this, which hides not anything at all. Though darkly, darkly it goes flowing on beneath the everlasting shade, which never lets any ray strike here of sun or moon. I stayed my foot, but let my eyes pass over to see the fresh and various profusion of flowery branches on yonder side of river. And there appeared to me, as when the intrusion of some new wonder takes one unaware and throws all one's ideas into confusion, a lady all alone, who wandered there singing and plucking flower on floweret gay, with which her path was painted everywhere. Prithee, fair lady, that in love's warm rays dost sun itself, if looks that want to be the index of thy heart mean what they say. Advance, said I, if it seem good to thee, so near the river, that thou dost sing. The words thou singest may be clear to me. Oh, thou dost put me to remembering of who and what were lost. That day her mother lost Proserpine and the flowers of the spring. As a dancing lady turns with her toes together, foot by foot set close and close to the ground, and scarcely putting the one before the other, so she to me, as moves a maiden bound by sweet decorum, modest eyes downbent among the red and yellow flowers turned round. And of my prayer that gave me full content, coming so close that I could well divine not only the sweet sounds but what they meant. So when she come to the crystalline clear water bathed the grasses, she at once did not the grace to lift her eyes to mine. From Venus' eyelids, when her wayward child had pierced her with his dart by strange mischance, so, upright on the other bank, she smiled, still twining in her hands the blossoms pied, which without seed on that high land grow wild. Between us run the stream, 3 paces wide, Hellespont where Xerxes crossed, whose lot still to this day rebukes man's foolish pride, earned less hate from Leander, though it shot twixt Sestos and Abydos in full race, than this from me for straightway opening naught. You are newcomer here, and, as I guess, said she, my smiling on this spot elect to be the cradle of the human race, may make you wonder, and perchance suspect, but the Psalm Delectasti gives you light to illuminate your clouded intellect, and thou in front, who didst my approach invite, wouldst thou know more, ask on. I came prepared to answer questions and content thee quite. I said, The water and the forest stirred to music seemed to contradict what I had come to think from what I heard lately. She, therefore, I will tell the reasons why these things are so, which cause perplexities, and thus I'll make the offending mist to fly. The Most High good, that his sole self doth please, making man good and for good, set him in this place as earnest of eternal peace. And every tree is potent to give out virtue when smitten, which impregs the air, and those encircling waft it all about. Thus the earth itself conceives and bears, as in itself 'tis apt, or to its skies adapted, divers trees of kind diverse. These being known, there need be no surprise, should some plant over yonder now and then without apparent seed from earth arise. Thou must know further that this holy plain beneath thee teems with seeds of everything, and in its womb breeds fruits ne'er plucked of men. This water that thou seest wells from no spring, by condescension of cold cloud supplied, like streams that have their spate in slackening, but from a fount whose sure and constant tide, ever by God's good will, regains at source whatever it freely spends on the other side. With twofold powers it runs a twofold course. This side blots all man's sin from memory. That side to memory all good deeds restores. Lethe on this side, and that side Inoe. We name it, and to make it work complete, this must be tasted first, then secondly. I add a rider just at my good pleasure. That word should outrun promise is no crime, and no less dear. I think thou prize the treasure. Those men of yore who sang the golden time in all its happy state, may indeed they on Parnassus dream of this fair clime. Here was the innocent root of all man's seed. Here spring is endless. Here all fruits are. Here the nectar is which runs all in their ready. Then, to my poems standing in the rear, I wheeled right around, and by their smiles saw plain that this last gloss had not escaped their ear. So turned to face the lady bright again.